Kick it off in Detroit here for what is a quintessential underrated play. Cade Cunningham comes off this dribble handoff with plenty of momentum. Derek White does Derek White things though, completely cuts off Cade's driving lane. But then Peyton Pritchard spots an opportunity here. He gambles on the steal attempt. Could be costly, but Derek White sees everything, guys.
So it's a little pitchback action up high from Detroit that gets Cade kind of going downhill. But yeah, Derek White is all over it, completely cuts him off. And Pritchard, it's the right idea to help off the corner from Troy Brown Jr. He just commits a little too hard. Luckily, Derek sees it, switches back, but unfortunately, we're left with a PP Cade isolation who just hits a little fall away because that's what Cade does, man.
Yeah, I love that Derek has the mind meld with everybody, but like PP knows if he comes over, it's just like they don't even have to communicate at all. It's just a quick look, I'll switch over. And like, this is not the matchup you want, but at least Pritchard gets a contest, forces Cade to, shoot a mid-range fadeaway. But yeah, love the mind meld, but Pritchard just needed to go like a half second earlier if he's going to gamble like that.
This one's interesting to me, and I want to hear what you guys think. Kristaps Porzingis returned recently from a hamstring injury and finds himself in this new environment of new rules, which the NBA refuses to acknowledge for some reason, where essentially defenders are allowed to be a lot more physical. And as a result, he's been getting hacked and kind of taken out of his little finesse game. So against the Pistons, here he comes down the lane, Pistons really physical with him, and he's unable to score. But then a couple of possessions later, the response, head down, drive, physical, decisive, pulls up for the money shot.
It's interesting because these are both similar actions to get KP on the catch with the defender scrambling at him so he can drive past the closeout and get downhill. The first one works actually a little bit better because he gets closer to the rim, but he just, that physicality bothers him. He doesn't make it. And then the second one, it's a really nifty screen flip from KP when he sees Pritchard just dribbling all over the place, catches the ball, scrambling defense. The defender does a decent job staying with him, but KP 7'3" with that good handle, he can just kind of rise up for an easy 2.
Yeah, I love the fake handoff actions with KP. We just use 7'3" guy on the perimeter. He just goes around the contact, still almost makes it and almost gets the putback as well. But the next time the Bear Slayer is ready, takes the catch and it's just decisive 2-dribble pull up, and he's expecting the contact and he just goes straight through it. 2-dribble pull up for the 7'3" guy.
Now, at this point, whenever Walsh does anything, he will be featured in these videos, but this is pretty much just the main Celtics out there, and the spacing, the actions, it's pretty good, guys.
There's a lot of good stuff here on this play. They start with a double pin down for Jaden Springer. That flows into a Svi Mihailuk, Neemias Queta pick and roll. Svi hits Queta, which is just two superstars just running an action up high. Basically Steph and Draymond. Svi does a nice job, hits Queta on the short roll. And then maybe the best read of all time, the hardest cut you've ever seen. Jordan Walsh out of the corner, Queta with a dime, boom, Jordan Walsh dunk.
I'm just really impressed by the decision making of the main Celtics unit here. Springer's barely played with these guys. He takes an aggressive dribble into the paint, quick pass back to Svi. Svi kind of pros, pulls it out. Queta comes back to set a screen. There's no wasted time here. The real Celtics could use some advice from the main Celtics on how to run some fourth quarter offense here. Getting into some actions quick down the stretch. And Jordan Walsh, beautiful cut, using those freakishly long arms to throw it down.
Luke Kornet, everyone's favorite third-string center, sets the beefiest of screens here for Tatum. He even points it out to PP and Tatum just beforehand, here it comes, big dog. Here comes the pain.
Yeah, so first of all, I just love that reference, and I love Pritchard kind of trying to be aggressive in semi-transition. It doesn't really go anywhere, but that's just good to see. It's a good mindset to have. But I think this is the danger of completely ignoring a non-shooting big man. So Draymond used to do this type of stuff to get Steph open a lot, is because you're 2-on-1 with one defender. So if he gets crunched on a screen, that means the guy you're trying to send help to is going to be wide open. In this case, it's Jason Tatum, and Bucks, have a little pride. Maybe at least try to close out. This is embarrassing.
This is why everyone who is out there has to be aggressive. PP probes, pulls out, attacks again, which attacks the attention of Connaughton, Gallo, and Patrick Beverley. Hilarious Bucks defense for 4 people to be sucked in by Peyton Pritchard. But Cornet's the guy here. He reads the Pritchard attacks and Beverley sucking down. He knows that now Tatum's wide open, and he just makes it impossible for Beverley to get back to Tatum. And Portis is just completely frozen in no man's land. He's not impacting anything. He's just bobbing and weaving at a ghost. Hilarious. Pull up 3 for Tatum.
And finally here, you just can't ever overrate beautiful ball movement, which is what we have here in Chicago. Derek White, quick head flick to confirm Al Horford is behind him. He backs down to Sunmu into this kind of DHO to Horford. And then it's just this beautiful symphony of drives and fakes and kicks resulting resulting in Al getting the openest of buckets.
So what Derek does, usually you don't do this with the ball, but this is actually called a butt screen, where you just set the screen looking the wrong way with your butt. So it's a beautiful butt screen by a beautiful butt by Derek White. Great read by Hauser. He flows, like he lifts from the corner at the perfect time, but he makes the right decision. Defense is scrambling, swing the ball, and when Jason Tatum ends up with the ball against a scrambling defense, he's really tough to stop. Blows right by one of the best guard defenders in the NBA, finds Al in the corner, money.
This is classic trading a good shot for a great shot. Horford could have easily taken this trail 3. Like, Derek sees that he's going to be open if he sets this beautiful butt screen, and he does. And Horford's been doing this a lot more lately, where he's just pumping and going. You know, anytime Horford's pumping and doing anything, we're a fan of that. But Horford pumps. Yeah, more pumping from Al Horford. That's what we're here for. And Al knows he's probably not going to drive all the way to the rim, but it gets the defense just a little bit in rotation. And if you get the defense in rotation with this Celtics team, like, it's just over. Hauser comes around, swing. And if you're giving the ball to Jason Tatum with the defense scrambling, I don't care if it's Alex Caruso, it's just going to be too easy. He draws 4 Bulls players, finds the man who started it all. Beautiful Al Horford knocks it down.